You're listening to Locked On Now NHL, local experts on the biggest stories around the ice. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Kim Becker, and thank you for making Locked On Now your first listen every weekday. We've got our Locked On NHL hosts here to tell you everything you need to know from around hockey. Last night, as the NHL gets back into the swing of things, a pair of the league's best faced off for Florida bragging rights in our biggest game.
The biggest game.
No doubt who the better team was in the battle for Florida last night as the Panthers scored 9 goals on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Florida lit the lamp 3 times in each of the 3 periods to put an exclamation point on the big win.
And how about a 9 spot for the Florida Panthers against their state rival Tampa Bay Lightning? What is up, guys? This is Armando Velez from the Locked On Florida Panthers podcast, and the Florida Panthers have defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning by a final score of 9-3 in Sunrise, Florida, in their third regular season matchup between the Cats and the Bolts. Though the Tampa Bay Lightning were shorthanded on both their goalies, Mikhail Sergachev and Anthony Cirelli, the notables, the Florida Panthers were not going to feel sorry for anyone, whoever they were facing, no matter who steps on the ice for the opposition. And this game was led by Jonathan Huberdeau with 5 points. Anthony Duclair gets 2 goals in this one, where he has 2 opportunities for players to make stretch passes and for him to finish all alone on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Florida Panthers also get a shorthanded goal in this one, a power play goal in this one. The goals came from everywhere. Goals came off rebounds as well. So many rebounds. Rebound control was the issue for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And, of course, the situation at hand with not having the goaltenders in net does factor in. But, again, the Florida Panthers are not going to be sorry for whoever they play. So, to listen to my recap of this 9-3 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning, make sure to listen to my latest episode of the Locked On Florida Panthers podcast, your first listen of the day.
And as the NHL gets back, let's go around the league.
Let's go around the league.
The Carolina Hurricanes came back from the NHL pause and showed no signs of rust in shutting out and scoring 4 on the Montreal Canadiens. Carolina still looks like one of the best teams in hockey, and Locked On Hurricanes tells you what he saw from them last night.
Hey there, hockey fans. Jared Ellis here, host of Locked On Hurricanes. And it's been a minute since we've had one of these videos, guys. Tonight was the Carolina Hurricanes' first game in 12 days, and they shook off the rust pretty early on in tonight's 4-0 win over the Montreal Canadiens. Like I mentioned, a little bit of rust early on in the game. Montreal came out hot, but the Carolina Hurricanes special teams really showed up tonight, with all 4 goals coming either on the power play or shorthanded. And Antti Raanta, he had an absolutely fantastic 26 save performance tonight. It was really what bailed the Hurricanes out, especially early on in the game. But this is going to be some great stuff to build on moving forward as the Hurricanes continue to get back in the swing of things. We ended 2021 with a shutout win at home, and we end the year with a surge, and now we're going to be starting 2022 up in Columbus. Look forward to talking to you guys about that game. So subscribe to Locked On Hurricanes wherever you get your podcast. Rate it 5 stars. I will talk to you there.
The San Jose Sharks gave up a third period lead to the Philadelphia Flyers last night, but recovered from that setback and ended up needing overtime to take down the Flyers. Locked On Sharks tells you who the hero was out in San Jose.
The Sharks survive a Flyers scare. I'm JD Young of Locked On Sharks, and the Sharks win 3-2 in overtime with Tomas Hertl scoring the game winner off a feed from Erik Karlsson, a game which the Sharks outshot the Flyers and outplayed the Flyers for most of the game, but the Flyers rookie goaltender hung in there, but the Sharks were able to find a way in overtime. And a game where also Timo Meier was benched in a message from Bob Bugner. So we will get into Timo Meier's benching and, of course, recap the entire game about the Sharks. So make sure you guys follow along wherever you get your podcast. And, of course, subscribe on YouTube.
The Flyers couldn't close out a win on the road late Thursday night, but Locked On Flyers is staying positive and has reason to do so after a hard-fought NHL debut from Philadelphia's goalie.
Hi, this is Rachel with the Locked On Flyers podcast, here with your Flyers After Dark post-game reaction to the Flyers' 3-2 loss in overtime to the San Jose Sharks. And all I have to say is what an NHL debut for Felix Sandstrom. He had a tremendous performance in net tonight. He faced 46 shots from the San Jose Sharks, stopped 43 of them with tons of great saves. He looked really calm and confident in net for the whole game. And I just wish the Flyers had put together a performance in front of him that was worthy of that. They just looked slow. They looked a little discombobulated. Granted, they were tired from the back-to-back with travel, getting them into San Jose. I think it was 4:30 a.m., Mike Yeo said. And, ultimately, though, that's no excuse. They really needed a little bit more energy. I will say there was a couple good things other than the Sandstrom performance. I will say that the line that Mike Yeo put together of Oscar Lindblom with Morgan Frost and Travis Konechny looked really good out there. They had some really good chemistry, and Morgan Frost scored in the game as a result. And I do think Travis Sanheim continues to play well defensively, but there were definitely some weak spots in that game, including a failed 5-on-3 power play for an extended period of time that they just had nothing going and could not move their feet. And it was just really disappointing. But again, real solid performance in net from Felix Sandstrom. Flyers have now gotten points in the last 7 games, 3 out of 4 points in a back-to-back out west, and got to take it, move on against LA on Saturday night. For more on this game and the Flyers all season long, tune into the Locked On Flyers podcast.
That's a wrap for us. Thanks so much for making Locked On Now your first listen every weekday. For more on the National Hockey League and your favorite NHL team, make your second listen Locked On NHL and your team's Locked On podcast. I'm Kim Becker. This has been Locked On Now. Locked On, your team every day.